doing now? Call it on my phone. Say you want me cause you all alone, and you want me to make you moan. Wanna move in cause I feel like home. What you doing now? Call it on my phone. Say you.
Hi, neighbor.
What's up, neighbors? What's going on, everybody?
I am your host the other day.
I am Johnny Baboon, and on the cast today, on this episode of Neighbors, we got
R P Music.
And DDot motherfucking NuuWorld.
Yeah, baby.
what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And they taking over the main seats, baby.
Into the new, baby.
With Flippy Dippies.
Yup. We miss you, Flippy.
Scoot
But
over.
yeah, as you'll notice that this whole part will be edited because he came in the middle of shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, he be late.
I came on.
So he's
I was
gonna
on
be in the
CBC.
beginning. So it's like he just went to go take a shit for a little while and then came back.
Yeah, it took a long shit. That's
That's
what
that happened. So what's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, so much.
Shit.
So fucking much.
Yo.
No.
No, so how was your week?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. What's up?
Very productive.
What you was up to?
Extremely productive. Well, I, for one, got to execute a whole week load of stuff in a matter of 2 days.
Shit. Productivity is always the best, man.
Exactly. Cutting certain things off, like, clown behavior. Because we ain't got time for that right now.
Nah, you gotta be undeniable with your shit. And that's what a lot of people don't really realize is that a lot of people want the glory and a lot of people want the fame. A lot of people want to get to that highest level, but they don't want to put in the dedication.
Exactly.
Or they don't want to be, how you could say it, they're easily denied because they have flaws. Like, I understand as humans, we all have flaws. You feel me? But at the end of the day, as long as you keep pushing, you could not reach perfection, but you could reach a higher level that pushes the next generation or whatever.
Word.
Yeah. Nah, that's what's up. I feel like one way or another, like we all have a moral contribuence we have to push going forward. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what the fuck you doing? You just like, what you out here?
Yo, word.
Like what? Like I feel like we all influence like what's to come. So it's like, what you want to put out here?
Fact.
I completely get that, yo. So like, and like we were saying earlier, like everybody here, like, shit, I don't even know where to go with this.
Go anywhere with this.
Yeah.
You just entered the new.
Yeah. So it's like, so what's going on with NuuWorld? Yeah. Matter of fact, let's get into that.
Oh.
What is NuuWorld? Tell me about that, because you were talking about that exactly. I know you got ARP, you got your dances, you got your clothing line. What's up with that?
Well, NuuWorld is
Is
just...
it the New World Order? Is it the Illuminati?
Well, it's not Illuminati, but it's enlightenment.
Okay.
Like in you like, I believe we were all given a gift and it was hidden in the last place we would look. Everybody would look outside of them to identify parts of them or who they may be or discover themselves. But it was pretty much hidden in the last place we would look, which is within you already. It's already in you. So the in you is meaning that it's in you. And
Okay.
you could go on to for every person. And when you tap into that, you start to discover worlds within yourself. So that's the whole new world. That's where that name concept is.
Oh, that's what's up. I like that. That's very. Have y'all heard of the 7 principles of the 7 Hermetic principles?
Nah, maybe I did, just don't know.
It's on some like Kabbalah, fucking Thoth shit, like on some like other like spiritual shit. And basically, it's like one of the main principles to look within yourself to know the universe.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that, right?
Absolutely, new world, baby. That's some real shit. I could say like those words like shit and fuck and damn.
Yeah.
Okay, it's making sure.
You can say whatever the fuck you want. I don't care.
Okay, I feel better now hearing you.
This is super. Listen, this is super uncensored. You say what you want. You say what you feel. As long as we're not like getting at people or like
Yeah.
like shitting on people, we good, man. Like
Nah,
speak your mind,
that's
baby.
What's up. I like it. Yeah, like at the end of the day, everything outside of you was somebody else's idea. There's nothing that you could point to that was not someone's idea, whether it be from your home that you live in, whether you own it or rent, from your socks, your underwear, that was someone else's idea. So if we keep that mentality of finding ourselves outside of ourselves, we are the idea of many. We become the idea of many people. It's still not you.
Yeah.
So it's like the idea of like I am legion, like I am one, but I am many. Many is still the one.
Yeah, it's just like we in this room right now, from the curtain to the floors to how the floor look. Yeah, we could sit here and be like, this wood is natural wood, but it don't grow like this. This is someone's idea.
True, somebody crafted it.
Right. So there's not one thing we could point to. We could relate to it like, oh, I like this. Like, but that's different from it. You identifying it as part as you. Like you using these things to pretty much say this is who you are. I don't feel like we really even met ourselves yet.
All right, I like that. That's deep. So, going on that note, all right, because I have this concept, right, that as humans we have a finite time here, right, and I've always had this concept like right when we're figuring ourselves out, really finding ourselves, life is over.
In what way?
Because think about it, right? You go, because from birth to like your 20s is like a tutorial of life. You're learning life, right? Mm-hmm. Then from there, once you feel like you're a grown person, it's like from there, you're experiencing life until you make a new life and teach that life. You know what I mean?
Right.
You keep passing on your experiences and all that. So it's like right when you're done with all of that teaching and experiencing life and finally growing into yourself, it's like we're dying. You know, you're like 70, 80, you're already like, your youth is gone. You feel me? You've done taught your grandkids and your kids and all that. And you know?
Yeah.
Okay. So from that is a perspective. That is a perspective. And I say that because I feel like, I don't even like to say I feel like, but whatever, I'm going to just use I feel like. Like, I feel like aging, the way that we understand age is a disease in itself.
Yeah.
Like, it's naturally not supposed to happen that way. And it's also because we're not taught about death either. We are taught to fear it. But that too is part of life, like legit. So it's like, I don't feel like we are taught it. You know, we associate like ages with like we start dying, like you mentioned, like we starting to just die off, and you know, like by the time we done, you know, get to 70, it's like, all right, fuck it, like, you know.
Nah, you probably like at 70, you probably got like, you know, well, how can I say, like at 70, you probably got like 20 years, 30 years maybe.
Yes.
Hopefully, if you can live to be 100.
Right. You know, so it's a thing of like, this may be I may be thinking too deep. But I don't do it on purpose.
Go as deep as you want. We here.
Like we are that alone just shows we don't know what we are, and we are light beings in a human experience. So we here for the shits, like to experience it, but we don't know who we are, because if we know that in death we connect to our full self. Like we multidimensional. So this is a phase, and it's a lot that we can't remember from our true existence, but it's by design. So me personally, from what knowledge that I've gained, I don't fear it anymore. But my human, you know, feelings is like, it's not pleasurable to experience death in no way, shape, or form, you know?
Right.
So, and that's because of how we were taught, how we've been conditioned. But it's something we should embrace and tap into, because it's a consciousness. It's a higher. We are a collective of consciousness, and I mean, I'm not saying I look forward to the shit, but I read up on the information, because there's certain shit we supposed to be tapping into to prepare us for that. They got the like you brought up Thoth, right? They got the Egyptian Book of the Dead, where there is rituals where you lead the spirits to the next, you know, where they gotta go. So I feel like, you know, in the societies we grew up in, we were taught to fear it more than anything.
I've been trying to get that book. It's crazy you mentioned
There's
that
so
book.
many like versions.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the one with
The Egyptian Book of the Dead, and
I
that
want,
book is
I want the
like,
one
that
with
book
the
ain't-
red ruby because my sister has that book. I saw she had that book. I was like, yo, I like, what's this? And then she broke down everything you said.
Yeah.
They only had one copy in Amazon. Somebody bought it.
They only have one copy.
No, of the version I wanted, which is the one with the red ruby in the middle.
Okay, and then you can't get like a PDF for it. Can't download it.
I'm not sure. Like if you were to get a PDF, I'm not sure you would get all the pages. You feel me? Like there'll
Why?
probably be some because people be doing messed up things,
No,
and people leave like
certain information out.
exactly like that William Cooper book. But we could leave that for another conversation.
No, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna circle back to that. We're gonna circle back to William Cooper. But all right, I mentioned the Egyptian Book of the Dead. So I'm guessing that y'all are knowledgeable with like the Egyptians,
Ancient
like,
Egypt, absolutely.
Ancient Egypt. So y'all know about Thoth, right?
I've heard, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, you know about Thoth, the god of wisdom,
Yeah.
the one that has the bird, not Ra, but the one with the other bird head, the long beak one.
Yeah.
Horus,
True.
He not Horus.
not Horus.
I think he was Horus at one point.
Yeah, the third eye.
The third eye, yeah. the
that's
third
that's
eye.
the eye in the Il Nu, the eye
Yeah.
Horus.
So you ever heard of like the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, where
Yeah,
it gives
yep.
where it like breaks down like the secrets
pantheon.
of the universe,
Yeah.
the secrets of like the universe and shit like that. So what y'all think about that and all that?
Well, I can't speak too much on it because I haven't dove in as deeply. I don't, but I feel like it's a hidden knowledge out there, but it's hidden in plain sight. And the reason why it's intentional in regards to it being hidden is because it'll expand us in multiple ways to where our mental conditioning, where we are, is how we think and stuff. It'll blow it out of the water. It would be like, why we don't have to be this small. So I feel like a lot of that stuff is hidden that way and is put in ways that people aren't necessarily attracted to as far as obtaining information. A lot of people don't like to read these days, and it doesn't mean that they're not intelligent or what have you. Just that people like to watch TV or listen to the radio or be out somewhere doing whatever. But there are tons of people that don't like to read these days. You got books that could be read to you. However, a lot of information can be edited. And to really find certain things is you have to go into the earliest versions that you could possibly find, if it's even accessible,
Word.
and like read these things yourself.
True, like for instance, like the Bible. I'm gonna just take that for an example, right? So in reality, we really don't know what the true Bible, what the true phrases are, because we found pages of that shit in Aramaic and in Latin.
Right.
So it was like it's been translated so many times and it's been edited so many times, and we have a key example of that when King James broke England off from the Catholic Church and made his own Bible.
Right.
So it's like, where does like a person go? At what point does a person say, okay, basically, I'm looking for this knowledge, but I want the truest form of it. Where does like the research stop, or where do you feel that they should go for like shit like that? Basically, how deep of a dive you think people need to go into?
Well, the thing is too, it's not, and when you're in that process of the journey, it's not just physical aspects.
Yeah.
There are things that you have to become. Like you have to become a magnet for what it is that you say, whatever it is that you would like to obtain, because things will start lining up to you.
True.
So it's not a thing of like, it don't matter what school you go to, it don't matter none of that. Like when you become whatever it is that you would like to obtain, things, it just works that way. Things will just start coming to you, and hopefully you're in a position where you could see it and be able to absorb it, to acknowledge it.
Facts.
Signals in our faces all the time. Most of the time we don't acknowledge it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
It's true. That's a big word, acknowledgement.
No, and a lot of people nowadays don't really acknowledge their own truth. You know what I mean? Like I got a saying that I would say with the guys every day that some people in this world don't have souls. They walk around here like an NPC, like a non-playable character.
Yeah, like a terabyte.
Yeah, like they're just a little piece of information in this giant simulation that we in, right? And shit like that.
You on to something?
Nah, yo, it's like I don't know, like going deep into it is like, all right, do y'all believe in reincarnation? How about let's start there. Reincarnation. What's up with that? Y'all believe in it? Yes, no, maybe.
Well,
It can happen, but
Yeah.
and I mean energy never dies, so
exactly.
True.
could come
It's
to-
only transfer.
yeah.
But all right, I have this belief that people don't repeat their same lives, but they reincarnate until they get it right, and then they move on.
Yeah, I think that's once you sign that contract, that's part of the deal. You have to elevate because I read some shit that we choose our parents, we choose to come here. Like
Yeah.
not many people get to come here. We here to experience this, and many of us that come back, we don't know our rank in a spiritual aspect.
Yeah.
We don't know what we are. We don't fucking know. But we come here and we supposed to connect with those that are ready to receive the information, and they with the frequency and everybody gets heightened. Like they speak about how the world is in it's two different dimensions. Like they were saying the earth is being split into two different worlds because there are people in this dimension, there are people in that dimension, and all that is just levels of consciousness being risen or still wherever it was at.
Nah, I feel you. That's like the whole theory now that certain kids that they believe that is on the spectrum are really just the next step of evolution in humanity. Like they're saying some kids have like telepathical powers, and they're like, I don't want to get like too crazy.
Get
Get
crazy.
Oh, get crazy. All right.
Crazy.
So they got a theory now that some kids are born like with the next step. You feel me? And they're called the star children and shit like that. And they basically have like some have telepathic power, telekinesis. Basically the next step up in evolution naturally.
Yo,
Yeah,
so it's
I'm
like
catching goosebumps right now because, and shout out to Intuitive Keys. I was actually, as a friend of ours that's like a psychic tarot card reader.
Yeah.
And we was having conversations on this about like these new kids that's being born right now. It's just reincarnations of ancestors and powerful beings that's here to make a statement. And it's crazy you saying that with the telepathic messaging and
Not only that, but we're getting it confused because a lot of it's like we're not, because of the fact of our current vibration. And I'm not saying our generation like the millennials, because we're millennials,
right.
but our vibration is kind of like in a development stage. You feel me? Where I say like a large percentage of Gen Z is in the next stage up, and like our parents are like in the lower vibration because they're not there yet.
The boomers, like the big,
boomers,
yeah.
you feel me? And you can see it between the generations that, Gen Z, there's a lot of Gen Zers that are like, they would say they're like on the spectrum.
Right.
Where it's not really understood that they're on a different level than us.
Right.
What if, how about this? You see these devices. What if these were created as distractions for us not to be able to tap into those very things you mentioned?
Nah, it could be
Like,
so.
because we can naturally speak to each other.
Yeah, I believe that.
But I feel like what hinders us hinder these abilities is because of the things we consume, from foods to the air we breathe to the water to the things we choose to entertain. All of that contributes to keeping things stagnated. It's almost like being in a free prison, where you don't feel like you're necessarily at prison, and it's only because you could obtain whatever it is that you feel like you want, or that's pretty much desirable in whatever society. So I feel like naturally we are able to do these things. It's just that now it's coming to a point, these new children that are being birthed here, they can't hide it. There's a lot they can't hide anymore. So now they starting to speak on it as if it's this new thing. I feel like we've been. I feel like where we are now, we actually backwards from where we were at a point.
Yeah, definitely. And I could say that a lot of it has to be blamed with, how can I say it? Because I don't want to get flagged or anything for this, but you feel me? Because there's small shit, but all right. I'm going to point out two examples that push humanity back. And the first one is when the burning of the Great Library of Alexandria. That pushed us back 1,000 years. We was already like at 1200 BC when this happened. No, I'm lying. This was probably like 400 AD, some shit like that. Mm. But the burning of Alexandria pushed us back 1,000 years. Mm. And then the Dark Ages pushed us back another 1,000 years. So right now, humanity's sitting like 2,000 years in the past, and it's not pretty, bro. Because right now it's looking like society may collapse again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a game, like it's like a video game you playing, right? And if you gotta follow the rules of this game if you want to succeed or if you want to just be having your head above water. Yeah. But the moment you stop playing this game, you don't have to worry about their rules and conditions because it doesn't affect you no more. So, and with that, you have to let go of certain things. So, but what you gain is a sense of freedom that you've never even experienced before. You don't even know what to do with yourself because there's so much conditioning. What I'm saying is that if we keep trying to win or play in a system that you see isn't designed in a way where where all people could benefit from, not just certain groups, then we have to reevaluate that game and see if we want to continue playing it. And if we do, this is what it comes with. Or we could not play this game anymore.
I feel that.
That's just really what it is.
Nah, you're absolutely correct. And pushing that forward is like, how do we get out the game? You feel me? Especially the way that society's built now. Like, all right, it's very unnatural that you have 8 million people living in about a 25 square mile radius. Right. It's unnatural. Mm-hmm. Be honest. You feel me? That's New York City.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Legit.
You feel me? So it's like, what if you choose to live in like these big urban societies, you have to play by that game in order to survive in that jungle. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's like, at one point, you could go off the grid, you could do whatever you want on that aspect, but if your family's here or you choose to be in one of these cities, you gotta play by that game. So it's like, how do you think we could rise above that, or at what point do you think society is gonna say, you know what, maybe we need to reevaluate things and just calm it down a little bit?
Well, the way I believe things been going is this game that we're currently in. They can't really go by the same rules they've been going by because that chip got fucked up.
Deadass.
And like they got no choice but to say the truth.
But the thing is like the game is if you playing basketball, that's the rules. You know the rules of the game. You can't take those rules and apply it to football because it's not the same game.
Right.
So what you can't do either is if you're just a player, don't think it's the owners of this shit that would change the rules when they feel feasible to do so. So if you want to make your time or your destiny or whatever based off these people seeing what you feel ain't right and that you would like for yourself, you're going to be screwed. Whereas you have to build anew. Build what it is that you want. Connect with people that's on that same wave. Because we are so stuck in trying to convince people to see it our way. And we waste so much time. This is why there's a lot of wars. Because everybody want to convince, no, this is the way. No, that's the way. Nah, that's how I try this. It's not for me no more. I'm gonna go here. And I want to connect with those that get it and we build up together. You have to build our own shit. We keep looking for a rescue crew.
Jesus is coming now. No disrespect. I ain't trying to get you flagged, but a whole bunch of our grandmas said the same thing.
Nah. I think we're just Right now, I think we're just seeing a turning point where where the system that was created by the government, and I don't want to say the government, because in all essence, like if you really think about it, we're all American. You know what I mean? We were born here, whatever, and whatever the case may be. And to be honest with you, the idea of America is dope as shit. A democracy, everybody got a voice. You got the freedom to say whatever the fuck you want. You got the right to own a gun. You could do whatever you want. You feel me? You're a free person, right? The idea of it is cool. But the shit that's fucked up is the people that keep going into it. Mm-hmm. It's like they're using that position and that to gain personally instead of thinking about the bigger picture, thinking about all 330 million of us instead of, the 500 people, 600 people are in Congress and the Senate and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, they're not thinking about the vast number. They're thinking about how they could come up and how they could fuck over everybody. You feel me? And It's not no Republican shit. It's not no Democratic shit. It's real. It's just real shit all along. And it's like the whole left-right shit. That shit's kind of whack.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the right to bear arms?
Everybody should have a gun.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Everybody should have a fucking gun.
The way this world is, you can't trust people, especially the government.
I feel like this, like it's like if my enemy got a gun, I need to have a gun. I'm not looking to shoot you, but just all right, you got one, I got one too. This is why all these countries, they all have nuclear bombs, right?
Exactly.
Well, I got one because you got one.
Exactly.
I need one because y'all got one. That's all it is. So when anyone that has that and there's a group of people that don't, there's a huge imbalance. In New York City, most people can't. It's more tough to obtain a license to carry.
Damn near impossible.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that alone, we are vulnerable. Granted, and I mean legally. You know what I'm saying? Legally. There are people with whatever, doing whatever they do. But in a legal aspect, and even that, because if you're walking around with one, more than likely it's not legit. That's held against you, and we already know how that goes.
Yep.
So it's like there are systems that's built a certain way to kind of make you vulnerable.
It's broken.
I wouldn't say it's completely broken. Like there's certain
It ain't
things.
broken. It's made that way. What you talking
No.
about?
Like there's certain things I do believe. All right. Like if you get a gun, you should get a gun license. Right.
Yeah.
Boom. Nobody under the age of 18 should own a gun.
Right.
You feel me? If you do own a gun, I think you should get besides a background check, get a psych test. Make sure you're all good in the head. And then on top of that, you get a 90-day waiting period where you get trained to shoot your gun,
yes, yep.
clean your gun, and maintain your gun. And you get like safety defenders courses when you buy your gun. Mm-hmm. So that way you know how to use this shit and you're not fucking around with it.
Right.
Right.
That's what I feel everybody should do.
Absolutely. I agree.
There's certain people in the country that feel like I should just be able to buy it and that's it.
Yeah, no, I feel like there should be the same way when you go for your driver's license, you got to get the permit. You got to get the 5-hour class. You may need a few lessons in between the actual tests. Like, all these things need to take place. And even those certain phases, you have to be a certain age. So as far as you just going out to, like a lot of these countries, you go to a pharmacy or something, and there's like a wall of guns, and on the other side of the wall is liquor.
Yeah.
Nah, it's because this is dangerous. You got a lot of disabled people, whether it is a permanent or temporary emotions.
Nah, I feel that. So here's gonna be a tough question for y'all, and this is gonna be right. What do you think is contributing to like the uptick in like mental health in the country right now? Like, what do you think?
Shit.
Why do you think so many people is going fucking ape shit?
If I say it, nobody's gonna believe it. But go ahead, you say it first, and then I'll say my take on it.
I mean, it's many variables. We are attacked in so many ways. It's not just in the physical aspect. It's mentally. Like just 2 years ago, we couldn't be around people we loved. Then when we came around people, we were scared to even be around them because we don't know if they got some shit. That's an attack on people.
True.
That does something to you. There, you got that. Then you got stresses of making sure you could maintain your home. Then you got stresses of making, if you got kids in school or, you got all these things contribute to it. Then it's like you can't even buy the real healthy foods, the real foods, I should say, where you got to buy the genetically modified foods that don't contribute to health. It fills you up. You won't be hungry, but it don't contribute to health. I feel like we're malnourished in so many ways that could trigger these things. Yeah, in regards of mental health.
I feel that.
Yeah.
Remember, due to the fact that she's talking about a diet, energy doesn't die. And a lot of these foods that's being distributed to us is low vibrational foods. So you are what you eat, ain't much else to talk about.
Nah, I feel you on that.
And I also believe
think?
we under a spell. And a lot of people don't believe in magic, but there's different forms of magic. And believe it or not, when you watching social media, when you watching the news, that's magic. Because everybody believes what the fuck they see that in that shit.
No. When it comes to like the mainstream media, I'll be the first one to say they are definitely all in a ploy. You know what I
They
mean?
putting a spell on you.
Definitely.
Look what happened. Look with the whole COVID. They put don't go outside. They dead ass told people don't go outside. What did people do? They ain't go outside. And let me tell you something. Me and Howard like, this is like the most beautiful air ever.
Yo,
During the first week of the shutdown, like I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, New York City sleeping. Wow. People really listen to what they say in the news.
yeah.
Like, wow.
But that's it's fear. Fear is a very powerful tool, and it's been used and it still continues to be used consistently. That fear, and fear comes in various forms. Because you could think that it could be to the point where you think you're doing what's right to protect yourself or your loved ones. But it's also a fear tactic. And then it's a guilt tactic because it's like, well, if you don't do this, then you're not playing your part as being proactive in resolving this. It's the guilt.
Yeah.
Nah, you are 110%.
So it's a lot of that. There's a lot of things that go into it. It's not just, this or is that. It's various things that groups of people or beings work on continuously while we're resting or think we're resting. They nonstop work on ways to create that.
We in the house and we are back. We had to go get smacked. and while we were doing what we do, we were contemplating the difference between good and evil. Angels, demons, God, and all that good shit. So we're gonna get back to that. So yeah, I was telling y'all that I got a crazy theory when it comes to good and evil, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so check it out. If God created everything, right?
Right.
That means he's the ultimate balance of good and evil.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, the concept of the devil, or Satan, or Lucifer, right? If we're going to take it the religious route, the angels don't have free will. Point blank. Their will is the will of God.
Right.
So, Lucifer's choice to lead a rebellion and do that was God's will from the beginning. Because God had to show the difference between good and evil for all his other creations to be like, all right, he's the ultimate good.
Right.
It's
So,
choice.
Yeah, it's
choice.
a balance. Yeah,
So it wasn't
choice.
like, no, Lucifer didn't have a choice because he was his favorite, and because of the fact that he was his number one, he made his right-hand man take that L because he had to show the difference between good and evil to the rest of the universe.
Okay. I was speaking like for us right now it's a matter of choice.
Oh yeah, for us right
Yeah.
now it's definitely a matter of choice. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So, wait, hold on. Oh, so you saying? Well, you said God already knew what's up But
Yeah.
I just need these motherfuckers to see, because sometimes you just gotta let people see it and they choose from there.
Yeah.
So I do believe the creator created it all, and it makes sense. Just think about you, since we are everything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Think about you. Like, we have thoughts that are pleasant and thoughts that are not so pleasant.
That's fine.
But we make choices as to whether or not how we want to move or act. And then you have people that are considered good that have to kill, which is,
Yeah.
it's like, what is it really? Good, or like, when you good, is it like only good, or when it's bad, it's just only bad? And when I think of that, I think of the yin and yang symbol. It's like a bit of both in each.
Yeah. Because without darkness, there's no light, and without light, there's no darkness.
Mm-hmm.
White, like even if you go through the color spectrum, white is the root of all colors, right?
Right.
But when you put all the colors back together, it makes black.
Everything came from darkness.
Yeah.
And when we hear darkness, we think of not good or, evil or bad. Well, that's the construct, like black
True.
cat. Like a black cat is evil. Why? Because black, anything dark, for the most part.
No, but I think as human nature is us, we fear what we can't see and what we can't sense.
That too.
And that comes from more of a primal instinct. From when we were back in the forest and plains. Worried about wolves and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And people trying to eat us.
Yep.
When we weren't at the top of the food chain.
Right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Nah, but good and for currently is a choice at the end of the day, like for us as people, and let's just make better choices, y'all. That's all.
Facts.
Let's just learn to make better choices without blaming this person, because we can sit here and blame whoever for why this ain't the way it is, but it's like, what choices have you made to contribute to an outcome that you would like, or that actually contribute to the things you complain about? Like, let's just focus more on self.
No, I feel that. Shit. Damn, I don't even know where to go with this. So yeah, y'all believe in aliens? What's up? What's the scoop?
Yeah, we aliens.
We not from
species.
here.
We're not
Like,
from here. Where we from?
I
don't
can't
fucking
tell you
know.
that, but we definitely. I feel like we're in a prison.
Everybody ain't human here. Like, we not human. It was, what the definition of human? I looked in the what's that shit? The Black's Law Dictionary. And one of them shits, the human means sea monster.
That's crazy.
The fuck is
Wow.
that?
Yeah.
Legit. Like
Like,
where's the
like the Loch
sea
Ness monster, some shit.
I
The
said,
Loch Ness
what?
monster's a human?
I mean, I don't. Shit, his name might be human,
Hey.
and we over here call ourselves the human, and they, you call him the monster, and he the human, we the fucking monster. I don't fucking know.
So, all right. So, do you think that we could have been created by aliens, by people by beings that came here first?
Absolutely, because we have DNA. Us having melanin alone, they can't find anything on Earth as to where it could come from. Is it's not from here.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's why I say we all not the same. We all not the same species.
Nope.
So we all not the same species. However, we calling, we all human. We all the same. No, we not. No, we not.
There's different species, but we can't really get into them here because you might get flagged.
Oh man.
But if you listen
It's
to
beyond black and white. First of all, I just want to put that out.
you ever listen to that old house song? It's all about house music. He said all the species did. The original Calabria. So when Calabria got the sample from the thing, that rest in peace to her too.
What, like the original Indian?
Original record from that. Listen to the lyrics in that record. He breaks down all the species. It doesn't matter if you It's all about house music.
Of course, King gotta come and be the star for a little while.
Pop out.
Yo, King.
Yo, King. Yo, shout out to King, by the way, man. You know, he's on a high vibration right now.
And the
He's
craziest
like-
part is like,
he's like, I'm in
No,
here.
but look,
yeah,
it's crazy. If you see how he stood,
yeah.
if you see how he just stood right now, it's like he's sort of like guarding
Sat
us.
right- This my Anubis right now.
Yeah. No, like, if you really think about it, he's like spiritually guarding us right now.
Yeah.
So, and it's crazy because he knew when to come. And a lot of those beings, they see shit we don't see.
Of course. Just
But
like,
we used to see.
nah, but you feel me? Like, we used to be able to see it back when we were children. They said, like, at a certain point.
Yes.
Like, when your memory, have you ever thought about it like this? Think about it. They said your earliest memory is when you stopped being able to see, like, beyond the veil. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, like, when you're able to, when your memory actually starts kicking in, like, you're actually able to make, like, long-term memories, that's when, like, you stop. Yeah.
You ever had a memory that's not from this lifetime?
Yeah.
How you know?
Because you feel it. It's just
Nah.
in you.
Is that deja
Yeah.
vu?
Nah,
Not
deja
deja
vu is something crazier. They say that deja vu was really you shifting through dimensions.
I heard of that
Yeah.
too.
It's like you shifting to a parallel dimension and coming back real quick.
I heard of that too.
Yeah.
That's what, look, guys, for those listening, like, some weird shit happened with my eyes, and I'm legit seeing, like, prior to this, I said, like, a couple weeks ago, I said, yo, it feel like I'm, like, just drifting in between worlds. Like, it got me, I'm walking, I'm just here, and it's like I'm experiencing mad different worlds simultaneously. And a week and a half ago, I woke up one day, and my eyes were like just heavy, puffy. And I was like, damn, I must have been real tired. You know, I got up, rinsed my eyes out, and they still felt heavy. Anyway, 3 days later, it was still like that. But now, currently to this day, and it's been a week and a half, my eye, I could see double. I know it sounds weird. I don't look cockeyed or anything, cockeyed, ayo. But I see double. Like, I
Yeah.
see, it's weird shit. I just came, like, right before me coming here. I just went to the eye doctor, which referred me to a specialist and a bunch of that. So,
Yeah.
like, I don't know what, and then my vision is 20/20. So, you know, the aspect of seeing double is either the muscle or the nerve. And you're probably like, what the fuck, why are you talking about this?
No,
Because
no,
I'm like, I'm
interested.
seeing, like, I feel like maybe I was meant to see some stuff that I wasn't acknowledging before. I don't know what's
I don't
happening.
know. It could be. All right. So a few years ago, I went like on this like third eye pineal gland trip thing rabbit hole down YouTube, and there was a clip about some dude who said that, yo, once you start opening your third eye, you're gonna want to close it because you're not gonna see things again. Maybe it's your third eye starting to open.
Well,
and decalcify.
I'm seeing like 3 of you right now, so that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
She's seeing past, present, and future,
Shit.
Hey.
shifting through dimensions, bro.
Nah, yeah.
Nah, it look like I'm looking through a what do you call that? Kaleidoscope.
Kaleidoscope, yeah.
Oh, that's fire.
Shit.
Yo,
man.
you ever seen when Dick Gregory said, the late Dick Gregory, rest in peace, when he said, once you turn your magic lens on, can't turn it back off.
Yeah, I seen that. He said it don't choose you. Like well, it chooses you. That's it. They yours. You can't take them off. You know, and there's certain things that's gonna come to you. So what you just gotta become humble. Like humble. No, I don't want to use the word humble because I feel like many of us perceive it wrong. We
Yeah.
have to surrender, right? We have to surrender the ego. Because we have to acknowledge that we aren't our brain either. That too is just a device. Like, think about, like, when you talking to yourself, is you hear your voice talking and it's like, okay, well, who's listening? So if you're talking and you're listening, and there's times where you could be like physically talking out, but there's something going on in your head that has nothing to do with what you're saying, but you could hear all of that. Like, is a lot of shit going on. How the fuck I get here? What were we talking about?
We were talking about remembering memories from a past life.
Oh, past
like,
life. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I can't sit here and honestly say yeah. Like I don't know.
Actually, I got a good example of that. Have y'all heard of something called the Akashian records?
I heard of that.
But I haven't, so y'all need to fill me in on that.
Alright, so basically, information. All right, so basically, everything in the universe is connected. All the information in the universe always has been, always will be, and always will be there. You feel me? It's just up to us to like tap into it, right?
Right.
So, people inventing great things is just them tapping into the Akashian records, you know.
Right.
Not knowing it, but they're just tapping into something, gaining the information, and presenting it in a material way. So, they said that through meditation and shit like that, you could go into the Akashian records and see your past lives. You know, there's meditations for that. I can honestly say, you know, there was once or twice that I've dabbled in it. And I can honestly say, you know, I saw my life book and, you know, has a couple of chapters in there. So I can honestly say that I'm coming to the end of that book pretty soon, yeah.
Now, when you say this book, is this something that you reading that's there, or something that your mind is just, or that you putting together?
It's like, all right, so when you go into it, you're like visualizing like this hallway. So at first, like, you see this hallway, but it's kind of crazy because it's like dim, it's like litly dim, and like while you're walking, you like kind of like see like stars and shit.
Wow.
Like, out the floor, and then you get up to like these big ass like wooden doors, and you go through it, and it's just like a big ass library. And there's like a being, like a light being there, that helps you out and just takes you to your book, and you can like read. You know, you can like dabble into like your like book.
You know what that remind me of? The fucking, you guys ever watch like Airbender, like the car? I watch the car. I like to watch the car.
Avatar?
Yeah.
My nigga Aang.
Aang, right?
Aang, bro.
And Legends of Korra. Like,
Yeah.
I actually sat and watched those two things.
Yo,
and
fire.
I was like, oh my God, they talking about some stuff in here. All of those animes, for like, well, I can't say all, but like, what do you want? The one when he goes Goku, his hair go blonde and shit.
Oh, Super Saiyan?
Yeah.
Dragon Ball
So,
Z.
yeah, so they talking about us and our abilities, what we could do, but I feel like a lot of that stuff is very relative to things that we can tap into,
Yeah.
are definitely capable of, with discipline, self-discipline.
So yeah, like I was saying on that, like when you tap into that shit, like you are able to like take a little perspective of your past lives and see really how old your soul is. So it's just a journey of like your soul.
That's
and
dope.
Shit. So yeah.
That's dope.
But like I was saying, a lot of people, there's a lot of new souls, a lot of infant souls that still need, you know, to grow up a little bit.
When you say infant souls, are you speaking in regards of where they at or age? Because honestly,
I
don't
wouldn't say
believe-
age.
Yeah.
I would say more like vibration and
Yes.
experience.
Okay. No. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Talking some shit, man.
yeah.
Yeah. Because people could we automatically associate youth with a young age, whereas honestly, like I read that celebrating your birthday is cursing you. It contributes to the aging process, and this is why at 70 we expect the rest of the life expectancy to be like maybe 20 years or so. So when you say how old are you? How old are you now? How old are you? You know,
Yeah, you basically
aging yourself.
You manifesting, you know, manifesting that. How old are you? Remember, because the tongue is a sword, just like it says in the Bible. So everything. Remember this. Look, let me ask you a question: is there a double meaning in the word spell?
Yeah. Definitely.
Is there?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember
What
there
is
being
it?
one.
Spell?
There isn't a double meaning in the word. You spell a word and you cast a spell. Same shit. Because in order for you to bring something to life, you have to speak it into existence. That's a spell.
I see what you mean. Like you're casting.
So
Yeah, it is
how
cast.
old are you now? That's a spell. Like every time you celebrate that birthday, You know what I
It's
mean?
like it takes a life source.
Exactly.
Life source out of you.
Exactly.
I got. I. Now that we're talking about aging, right? Do you guys like think that humans used to live for longer periods of time?
They absolutely
Absolutely.
did. Like,
Except because now our age expectancy is what, like 80,
yeah,
80
that's
something
very,
now.
That's very young. Like
Like-
we used to live for hundreds of years.
We had better avatars back then.
Better
You know what I mean?
better meat suits.
Yeah.
Well, we wasn't. It's not even. We wasn't consuming a lot of the shit we consume today. First of all, there are people that are breatharians. Do you know how they eat? They don't like. We are so not evolved that we still use our digestive system to get nutrients.
Word.
Whereas if our pineal glands was activated, we could absorb food energy the way plants do.
Through photosynthesis or
Absolutely, through photosynthesis, because chlorophyll is melanin.
Yep.
okay. So, do you believe that now that you're saying that will shift into our diet? Do you think that humans should just be strictly vegan or omnivoric or?
I think it
that
depends
whole
on your
shit?
bloodline.
We can't say, again, we are all not the
Yeah.
same species, and also I feel like we should all get like a gene test. Your gene test could tell you a lot of what you need to do. Like there are gene tests where you ever heard of someone like smoking weed and then out of nowhere they go crazy like, yo, that shit
Yeah.
is laced.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of times the shit ain't laced. The motherfucker probably had a gene in him. They call it dormant DNA, but it's really not, like, you know, that if he consumes THC, it would trigger off schizophrenia or some shit. You know, we can't say THC is healthy for everyone because, and the aspect of thinking of the benefits, yes, but what we don't know is the DNA of. Now, we don't even know our own DNA, so
Word.
we don't know it to this day. We get told that we have the double helix, right? DNA. I know I'm going like right now, but
Nah, do you think? Go ahead.
we have the double helix DNA, but we only saw it from one angle, which is horizontally on the side. But only 6 ether beings have the double helix, whereas 9 ether beings have triple helix. And if you were to see it from a bird's eye view, it looked like the X. And that's where the whole fucking
Crazy.
X-Men concept came from with these beings, these entities. It's based off of nine ether beings.
Right.
Nothing, no number is higher than 9. Everything is just repeated after that.
It's true. It starts over.
No, but the divine numbers are divisible by 3. Like
Nine.
if you think about it,
Yeah.
like
3, 6, 9.
the universe is ruled by divisions of 3.
3,
You
6,
know what I
9.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
that shit is that shit's OD. So we are back again. Somebody had knocked on the door, and guess who that was?
Hey, it's your boy. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Yeah, we here. Y'all know who I am. It's Johnny Baboon, you know. Here supporting their, you know, and the homies drugs.
That's a dope hat, by the way, bro.
That's actually it's my homegirl. It's my homegirl's merch. She raps too. Her name is Sue.
Right.
And that's basically like her whole wave is her crew is drugs, and you know, it was inspired by
word.
there,
Fire.
which the irony.
That's what's up.
That's dope.
Shout out to them.
rapping. We're gonna get into this project. DDot, break us down with break this project.
Yes, Break This Project, 12-track album, put together. It's pretty much a mind trip. Like, you know, a mind trip into different worlds, not necessarily up and down roller coaster. You know, pretty much when I was putting together this project, I just wanted to just be myself fully. I didn't want to have to think about, oh, I'm going to do this kind of sound. I'm going to do this kind. I just did what I just felt like in a mood. It just felt more natural. You know, Break This Project, I named it this, so I want the project to be broken to the world. But however, I felt like there are many mental conditions that we have that we need to break away from for us to ascend as individuals and as a group of people. So Break This Project could apply to so many mental constructs that is currently going on today.
Facts, yo.
Mm-hmm.
So, Coño, this fucking technical difficulties. Yeah. Let's go right here. All right. You already know. We're back at it. Mad tight. But
It is a little snuggle, man.
it is.
I'm not used to being on this side of the
Yo,
table.
but-
to be honest.
Y'all looking like the
Yo, I'm not
Temptations right now, you heard?
I don't know how Manuel does it back here.
I mean, it's him by himself.
But he always looks way bigger on screen.
Well, I mean,
He's like
he
you-
is a big dude.
He's like,
Let's be honest.
yeah.
He's wide. He's a wide boy. And yeah, like I said, it's usually just him back here, so he has more than enough space. But
Miss you, Flippy.
yeah. So about Break This Project, is it you? I know nothing about it. I'm gonna be completely honest. I haven't heard your music, and that's not just because I just haven't heard it. But by Break This Project, are you coming with like different styles, different type beats? Are you on like doing drill stuff and like regular boom bap type stuff, or what was the idea behind the concept of the album?
The idea of the entire concept of the album is just doing whatever the fuck I wanted to do. You know, there's absolutely no drill sounds on here.
That's fine.
You know.
You know what? I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't even really fuck with drill music like that.
And it's not because I don't fuck with it. It's
Yeah.
it's just not on here. It's just not on here. Like, you know. But I grew up with like the sounds of this album is inspired by a lot of what I grew up to. So you're gonna hear some hip hop of me speaking on things in regards to mental constructs we need to break. You're gonna hear me speak vocalizing on like some deep house sounds. It's a combination of deep house tracks, hip hop tracks, and you just take that, put it in a sandwich, take a nice good bite, and it's feeding you. It's taking you on a trip. It's putting you in a place where you don't have to think. You're just being, and we don't get to do that often.
It's like a gourmet PB&J.
Other day, I need you to do me a favor, please. Please.
What's up?
When we leave this interview, do me a solid. Please listen to that album.
I will.
I guarantee
We
you,
definitely will.
I guarantee you that's gonna take you on a whole different creative realm too.
I'm gonna pop.
Because
some
this
shrooms
is your
and
kind of
vibe out. I'm gonna pop some shrooms and vibe out.
like,
Crazy. You said,
please,
you
man.
said deep house. I'm like super into deep house, like deep techno, trance music and stuff like
Fire.
that. If y'all don't know, the other day it was actually supposed to be us two.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
So
hold on.
yes,
So the other
guys.
day it was actually a group.
Yeah, it was supposed to be
That's
a group
crazy.
where, like, you know, trying to be the Dominican Daft Punk or whatever.
Fine.
But,
Word.
you know, I decided that music wasn't my path. It never really was my path, just because I never wanted to be an artist. I wanted to be more behind the scenes. I wanted to be an A&R, be an exec and stuff like that. And it just didn't work out, you know, whatever. At the end of the day, it's still love always. Between
Of course.
and it wasn't even like we broke up and had beef or
Yeah.
whatever. It was just, yo, I'm going to step
Yeah, I
aside.
fucking hate you.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking hate you.
But yeah, it was more like, it was an amicable breakup, and it wasn't even,
A real breakup.
it wasn't a real breakup. It was just like, yo, bro, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm into photography. That was really another thing that I kind of wanted to do as well. So the house music, I'm down to listen to anything that has deep house, any deep vibes like that.
And
Y'all
he was
gonna
the
love
one-
this album.
And he was the one who really got me into like the whole rave culture.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, yeah.
Look at
Yo,
that.
let us know when the next joint pop out, cause you know I think I know the DJs there. We definitely
Yeah.
Yo,
need to
bro.
be bumping this shit at
Yo,
the next
bro,
raves.
Nah, you send me the ones that you want me to spin. I was fucking.
Oh, especially if you spinning
Right.
even better.
Yo,
Shit.
bro.
Fire.
Like I'm trying to find the spot right now to throw a rave at. So if I could get my hands on a generator, I'll throw a rave. If I could get my hands
Oh
on a
nah, that's all you need. That's
all
it.
I need is a generator, and then we can make shit happen.
Nah. So we gonna make something happen.
Nah, but before you got here, actually I was showing them some beats that what I'm actually working on.
Okay.
You feel me? I showed them some deep house. The one I'm working on now is some deep house shit. Y'all actually probably like it. And let me see. I showed you some big room shit. I showed you some tech house, and I didn't show you the pop one, right? Cause I got a single out now. You don't feel it. and it's just more on a poppy vibe. Just
Well, who told you I don't feel it? Now let me stop it.
because you don't feel it. Because tú no lo sientes. Nah, but it's more on some like pop shit, just like, you know, draw people in and just get them
The
a little feel.
mainstream shit.
You know.
The mainstream vibe.
Yeah.
I mean, nowadays, we living in an era that we don't know what mainstream is. Because look, for example, dembow is mainstream right now. Believe it or not, yo.
Yeah.
It's pop right now, like, but the real Dominican, not that alpha shit. The real Dominican.
El Alfa really is like the mainstream guy.
No, he is, but his sound is like more commercialized. Like he don't got that like that toquisha, that Kiko el Cre, like, you know, that Rochi sound. That's that grajo. That's what they call. That's what they call saoco. You feel me? That's what's pop right now.
I mean, you gotta thank, I guess, Rosalia for that, because, you know, she.
Nah,
I mean, not that
hell
she,
no.
No.
She,
What I'm saying is,
thank her. She better thank us.
Of course, that's what I meant. Like,
Thank us. Thank her.
She was the pop star that kind of made it. That kind of blew it up a little bit more than what.
No. Like, you know, like, well, no, it spiced it up, but it
Yeah,
was.
that's what I'm saying.
But it was already there.
It was already.
It was already there. It was already there.
Yeah,
You gotta
that's
think
what
about
I'm saying.
the.
It was kinda,
You gotta think about the names I mentioned, the Hirochis, and you gotta thank him. He took it to like a whole lot, cause like, you know, we could get into this conversation another time, but there's like something big that's going on with that movement, and shout out to that movement.
Definitely shout out to the
Y'all saw Tokisha hanging out with Pharrell. I just said,
Listen,
Once I seen that, I said,
That's my. I told you. That's my future hybrid alien baby mother queen.
Nah, yo. I feel like she's my favorite Dominican artist, female artist right now. She's number one.
She's my favorite Dominican.
Nah, I feel you, man.
How about that?
I feel you.
My future wife.
Nah, but artistically, she's free.
Super free.
She's free. And people, you know, you see people, I don't think she should do this, but I'm like, nigga, you ain't shit.
Listen, bro,
you ain't shit in real life. What the fuck you talking about?
I went to her concert, the one she had at Terminal 5. Bro, that shit was insane. Like, that shit was insane.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
Rosalia,
didn't,
there
you
was
know.
fights behind us. There was,
Shout out to Rosalia, but she played no parts in that growth. I'm sorry, man. I gotta call it how it is.
Nah, facts. I definitely agree, but you know, I guess she brought it in. She brought it into the mainstream just a little bit more. That's what
I don't know. Cause you know, as far as the mainstream, you gotta, you know, of course, even though I don't like him, Alpha was the one that crossed that genre over, coming out in Rolling Stone, all that shit. Like, I always give him that respect. But like the sound I'm talking about is the Saoco. There's a different, like, it's like I said, like the Secabicenis, the Hirochis, they got that sound. It's more like a more Caribbean sound. Cause Alphas is more like a tech poppy sound.
Yeah, like it's taking more aspects from like tech house and like bedroom than dembow. It just has a dembow drum pattern.
Like this dembow, that shit got that Caribbean, like Jamaican influence. You know what I mean? Like you can hear it in the 808s and the drum patterns, the up-tempo drum patterns. You know,
dude,
there's only like 5 drum patterns.
Yeah. Alright, but fuck it. Enough for other people's music. Let's talk about y'all music. DDot, what's if you had to recommend just one joint that's on this album, on your I Break This project, what would you recommend to just as an introduction to your music, as an introduction to just who you are? What would that song be on there?
You're done.
You're done?
Yeah, definitely you're done.
So I don't know what else to ask. I am not good at this interview shit.
Well, I would say this, like the Break This project is also a visual. We have a visual. It's like a 20-minute film. We just had a viewing performance event this past May 12th, and it features our new single that A&R and I dropped called Luna. We just dropped that this past Monday. So we have the Break This project, the album aspect, and then we have the Break This project visual aspect of it. So the visual aspect was me, like, giving various people that's part of NuuWorld some light to show what creates this world. Like, you know, it's various entities.
So you would say, like, it's more like it's more like what Kanye did with Donda. Like the two go hand in hand. Like
Not even what he did with My Miserable Dark Beautiful Fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of that concept in regards to that, you know.
Where you showing like all different aspects of you.
Well, not necessarily me. We're like New World in general.
Of the squad.
Yes. Yep.
No, but when I meant by you, I mean like, you know, since like you're like the base, you know, and everybody else is like a branch, a tree. It's a happy tree.
I can see why you say that, but for me, I don't see it as that.
All right.
You know why? It's because I'm inspired by the people that are around, so I feel like I feed off of them just as much as.
This is
we
one
feed off
powerful
each
ass
other.
tree. I'll tell you that much.
And I feel you. But you know what I mean from that. It's like your network. You know, it starts with you.
Yes.
And then like
yes.
you expand your network.
Yeah.
And then and it's always that like the tree trunk will always change and differ from the perspective of the person.
Right. No, I get what you're saying. Yep.
And your aspect is showing your whole garden. Bow. Crazy metaphor.
That was pretty fun.
Word.
That was pretty fire.
You can have that. Drop that in. One of y'all drop that in.
notes.
The other day.
Nah, but so damn, I don't know where to head with this. When it comes to all right, when it comes to house, as an artist, what kind of like, cause you know besides us working together, hint guys,
Yeah.
but like let me know like from artist to producer, like what kind of like house tracks do y'all really like want to be on?
Be on?
Yeah, like, is it like some Afro house? Like, you want some real Caribbean shit? You want some deep, melodic, soulful, just from straight drums that are like hitting hard? Like,
I mean,
what's the vibes?
It's like, you know, for me, like house music is like what gospel music is to many people.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's a feeling. It's a feeling from within. I love kicks and bass, of course, you know, but then sometimes it could be this nice airy, smooth shit going on, and I'm like, whoa, that shit is just as powerful as the kick to me. So, you know, and it could be in various patterns or rhythms, hence the different genres of it. But house itself is a whole nother entity. Like, you feel that shit. Like, so whether it come from a perspective of a culture of African, whatever, dembow, whatever, like, if it's hitting, it's hitting.
No, I feel that.
That's just what it is for me.
So how did y'all link up? Since I know a little bit about you, AR.
Right.
I know you through Nelson. I know the one song you got. Look, the only song that I really heard was Tu Supiste. So
Wow. Yo, people still talk about that.
Yo,
Yeah, word.
Tu Supiste is still my favorite.
Nah, good
And
looking,
I have
good looking.
most of your music on my hard drive. I'm not gonna lie to you.
So
Good looking, yo.
how did y'all link up? Like, what's the? So I know you more. Are you more of a Spanish artist, or you just an artist? You do both English and Spanish, and then what's your history? Like, what as far as music goes? Like, how did you get into hip hop? Is hip hop all that you've done your whole life, or what's that like?
Well, me?
Both of y'all.
Started off with me. I started off as a English rapper, but since the Spanish was the first language I learned because I'm a first generation American. So I basically learned English in school. You could pretty much say.
Yeah, same.
So due to the fact that, and I also was in bilingual, first and second grade. So due to the fact that I speak Spanish so well, I just easily transitioned into a Spanglish rapper. But me, I don't like to put myself in a box. Like, I go by that Bruce Lee saying, you put water in the cup, it becomes a cup. Be water, my friends. I'm water.
Yeah.
I'm whatever the hell I want to be. I'm an artist that could rap my ass off. That's the way I like to describe it.
That's what's up. I fuck with the bars here, so I'm with you.
I could literally do you a boom bap today. I'll do a house record tomorrow. I'll do a dembow tomorrow. I'll do a mambo record the next day. Like, there's no limits with me. You know what I mean?
Nah, I feel you on that one.
I know how we met. We met in We met through a mutual friend of ours. Yo, shout out to Jay Papers, which was my first engineer. So him, along with other people, had put a show together at Sullivan Hall back in like late 2011. It was late 2011, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, late 2011, almost 2012, and that's where we met. Like, you know,
Nah, I ain't meet you there.
I mean, I didn't meet you, but I that's when I discovered
Oh,
you.
I'm like, yo, it's funny because he always say that. I was like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
I
yeah.
ain't meet you there, yo.
No, but like,
But that's where I discovered you.
that's when I discovered her, and she said that was her first time performing. When I saw her, I was like, nah, first time performing. This nigga look like he been doing that shit for 20 years, bro. Like, mad perfect. Like, she was the best performer in that show, and I just like
My
fell
brother
in
was
love.
like 12 years old and shit.
Yeah. Yo, like, you know, she was the best performer in that show. She was the best artist in that show. I became a fan. And then, like, you know, I was asking Jay Papers, like, yo, get in contact with her, man. I want to do a song with her. Like, I don't give a fuck what I got to do. I need to join with her. So, you know, he did exactly that. So, and I guess Jay Papers showed her my body of work. She liked it or whatever. So she had sent me a song with Turn the Lights On.
Like, so I met, like, I knew Jay Papers from this event that used to happen in Sullivan Hall down, like, you know, the West 4th area. And, you know, that's how I met Papers. And he actually liked one of my songs and shot a music video for me. So that's how I met Jay Papers. And Papers was like, yo, you know, he's called P Nizzle. He's called P Nizzle.
I wasn't even ARP
Yeah,
yet.
he was called a whole other name.
Or
I was like, P Nizzle. He said, you know, P Nizzle. I said, nah. He said, nah, he really like your music. And he said, I shot video. He also did visuals for him
Right.
as well, sort of stuff. I said, nah, he dope. So we connected. This is when I was outside. Like, I was at every rooftop party in the city, bottles, tables, all that. So I invited Jay Papers and him to come to, I ain't giving no props, but like a dope hotel in the city, rooftop. And that's how we met. And it was just a dope vibe. I always liked his vibe, you know, just genuine. It's been like, what, 10 years since?
yeah.
10
years, yeah. That's a fact. Word, man. I remember, I'll never forget. I met her and yo, shout out to my boy Twice, like, and he was like, yo, ARP. And he just started busting some crazy ass dance moves. And it just became family ever since, man. It's been like, yo, we like never really separated ever since that day.
Nah, it's crazy how people come into your life.
For real.
Just like this nigga and
I mean,
that one.
like we said earlier, we've been here before, so I just felt like we reunited in this lifetime.
No, that us.
Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. I remember when I first met this guy right here. We started working together at Time Warner. Like, yeah, fuck Time Warner, fuck Spectrum.
Yo, I need a fixed box, man. You think you can help me?
Bro, just stream it.
So, yeah,
I got a site for you.
Just get a
Alright.
just get an Apple Amazon stick, bro. But nah, we met there, and at first, like he was telling like one of the security guards like this story, and I'm just like, yo, what the? It was something like my man said he went to La Marina with a sword, and I was like,
It was a machete.
With a sword?
like
It was a machete, and I did go to the marina.
Yo, hold on, but was it a samurai sword?
it might have been that.
Right here,
to
it's
be
some
honest,
Drake
bro.
right here.
Nah, but so he's telling the story. He's telling the story, and I'm like, nah, bro, this nigga. First of all, I didn't believe a word he was saying, so I'm
Nobody
like, nah,
does.
I don't fuck with this nigga. This nigga's a fucking liar. And then from there we just, I don't know how we even like he was probably showing me some shit because I was new at Time Warner. He probably trained me with some bullshit or whatever. And
Yeah, probably.
that's how we connected. We took the train one time. And it was like for my birthday or whatever. I was going to like to link up with my homegirl because I was gonna do shrooms for the first time. And he was like, "Yo, you do shrooms?" I was like, "I haven't done them. This is my first time." He's like, "Yo, but let's link up. Let's do smoke. You smoke mad weed, so fuck it." And then several years later, here we are.
Good job.
We went from being music, what was supposed to be music, to now doing this podcast. So definitely.
And you still on my couch smoking my weed.
Come on, I don't smoke your weed. I bring weed too.
And I smoke his weed.
Exactly.
Yeah. Brotherhood, man. It's brotherhood.
Exactly.
Nah, that's what's up.
Nah, but people come into your life and it's crazy like how they do it, and like you wonder if they're gonna be like good for you. You know what I mean? Like if they're gonna affect you positively or like they're gonna weigh you down and all that shit. And like it's crazy how life weeds all that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the closer you are intuitively, the more you'll find out what friendships or acquaintances to entertain.
Yeah. Fact.
Your intuition will tell you, yo, that motherfucker no good. Blip, blip, blip. Like,
Right.
you feel that little shit in your stomach? Listen to it. That's the voice of God, man.
You
It's
know,
crazy,
yeah.
I'm usually like I'm the type of friend that like I'll disappear on people. Like I just, and it's not because I hate you anymore. Like I don't fuck with you no more. It's just I just be in my own little world. I got me and my lady is starting a family or whatever. So
God bless, yo. God
Thank
bless.
you,
That's a
appreciate
beautiful
that.
thing,
So
man.
we trying to like. So I just
Shout out to Lils.
yeah, I just disappeared, but I'm always here and.
Yeah, you having a boy, right?
Now we're not having a kid yet. But we're getting married.
Your first kid gonna be a boy.
You know what?
They all told you that.
Tell that to my girl because she's
Oh.
trying to have a girl. But yeah, it's weird because like he said, he definitely your intuition definitely is like who to stick around with because
Exactly.
I've been friends. You make friends all over the world, like with your coworkers and shit like that. But then you start working with them. That's it. Like,
Yeah.
I started working with him because I got fired from Time Warner. Shit, we still
Yeah,
friends.
yeah.
That's my brother right here. So
Yeah.
it's crazy to like that thought that like your body really
Yes.
like just like who to fuck with like
Same
and
shit
who
here.
to fuck with.
I'll do
Yeah.
whatever for this person right here.
But
Not
you know another thing that I liked about I've never met you guys before, but what I like about your friendship is that you guys have a respect for each other.
Yeah.
Like, and that also means differences. A lot of people have issues, like they struggle with accepting and respecting other people's differences. It's like we all have to agree, and this is what we all. No, it doesn't have to be like that. So that's what's really dope.
No, it's just, and going off that, is like a lot of people want, that echo chamber and want that tribal shit, you know what I mean? Like, for everybody to agree with each other.
Yo, my man is always right. Nah, you definitely got to be able to tell your friends
when they fuck up.
when they fuck up, when they wrong. That's definitely. I'm glad we got that that type of friendship.
Yeah.
And I can definitely see that with y'all. Like I'm sure if there's a beat that you probably like, he'll probably get you. And like he don't fuck with it, he'll be like, yo, this is why I don't fuck with it, and this is probably why we shouldn't do this record or whatever the situation is.
Yo, that has never happened with her.
Nah.
Yo, those. I've begged her
You got
to,
this perfect.
I begged her to show me something whack, and she never disappoints me. And I'm not saying that because she's my sister. Like, I'm really a fan of her shit.
She got the ear, bro.
I'm really
She
like,
got the
yo,
ear.
those. This is a divine powerhouse you looking at right here,
Nah,
bro.
I believe it. Like, I truly
You know,
believe
like-
it.
I gave him a pound of weed to say all that shit just now.
Talking about bribery and shit.
Like
Yeah,
weed.
like nah, I'm genuinely a fan of her.
What can I say for a pound of weed?
Facts.
This has been sponsored by.
This is sponsored by the Pound of Weed. This whole episode has been brought to you by 1 pound of marijuana.
There you
Nah,
go.
like-
One whole thing.
This is my favorite artist right here, man. Real shit.
Nah,
It's my
for
favorite
real.
artist right here. Like, I seen the shit she done in 3 years. And I was just like, wow, like flabbergasted. Like, yo, what the fuck I'm doing? Hold on. Like, I'm right behind you, like,
Nah, you gotta surround yourself with people that's gonna motivate you and lift you up. You know what I mean?
I be
Like,
telling,
you just don't want to be sitting on the couch smoking bud and playing PlayStation all the
Yeah, I
time.
used to be telling my mother all the time, like, yo, that's my missing piece. I found my missing piece. I've always felt like my life is a puzzle, and I was missing that piece. I found it.
Nah, I
Through
feel
her.
you.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I feel you.
That's why whenever she says, yo, she could be screaming at me, I'll be like a little kid.
I'll be
listening.
screaming.
No, I know, but you know what I'm saying.
Nah,
In my head, she's never wrong, and it's,
Nah, it comes a time like it's one thing to just be chilling and vibing with your friends, but it's like when you guys are on a mission, somebody has to take the lead. If you see that there aren't people that's just gonna just jump up and take the initiative to certain things, and it doesn't mean that they don't want to. It's just that sometimes people need to be guided or they don't know. Right. So when it comes to things, and it's like, yo, like, let's get to it. Let's get to it. You know, the fact that I could, you know, build with people that are actually friends of mine and people that, you know, I became friends with is a beautiful thing, because most of the time we would hear never mix, you know, business with friendships or family, and many times that's the case. But to build things with friendship or family, that's a beautiful thing too. And we have to be able to, I don't want to use these words, but for lack of a better word, check each other. It's just building a structure. We follow through with it. We got to pay attention to each other's weaknesses and strengths, and that's how we build and go forward.
Yeah, but you also have to. I completely agree with you, 110%. I'm not gonna disagree with you, but there are people that feel that, not that they're always right, but when you check them, it's coming from a place of malice or like a dark place. You know
That's
what
not
I mean?
That's not what you
That's
need
not
to be
your-
building
that's
with.
not your friend.
That's not even a check.
That's just not who you need to be building with, and
Yeah.
that's okay for them to feel that, but you have to recognize that, because you don't need that mindset.
No, definitely not.
So that's okay. I'm sorry I made you feel that way. Boom, and then goes. You're only supposed to connect with who you're supposed to connect with. Now you don't have to force nothing.
Word.
Facts on that. But yo, guys, today we've covered a lot. We spoke about it. We really got to see who the fuck y'all really
Wow,
are.
that's what's up.
And like, y'all are some of the most fascinating people around. Like, y'all
Likewise.
are beyond like how I would say y'all ain't hip hop artists. Y'all icons.
Get
Dang.
out.
Right now, y'all.
Shit.
That's big.
You know, right now, if this was the universe, y'all in space. Right now, your star is being compressed into the hot ball, and y'all starting to glow, baby.
I like that.
Wow, that's
And I
what's
like
up.
It's not beautiful.
You know,
It's crazy.
and,
I was on my
Baby.
way over here listening, watching some Neil deGrasse Tyson shit. So that's crazy that you even brought that up. But nah, yo, it was great having y'all. It was, I mean, the little bit that I was here, y'all super dope. I'm
thank
definitely
you.
gonna catch that. I'm definitely gonna check that. I Break This project again.
Yes, our new Luna single out.
Yeah.
I want to invite you guys to the next visual so you can see the Break This project visual, because I want
Alright,
I want everybody to talk about this shit.
That's a fact.
definitely in there. We definitely in there.
Fire.
And also, if y'all need pictures taken, I take pictures too.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good to
Yes.
know.
Yes. We're gonna
Good to
exchange
know.
contact.
Definitely.
And by the time this airs, y'all probably already have the beat I showed y'all earlier.
All right.
So we're gonna work on that, and y'all guys already know we are in the house, and we are out of here.
The House Podcast,
Let's
baby.
go into the new.
Dame, quiero lo tuyo, yo no soy brujo, eso es lo que tiene el lujo. Mami, ponte pa' lo tuyo, si pone huevo, yo te traigo tu rulo. Dame, quiero lo tuyo, yo no soy brujo.